Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Super excited to be here with you. The topic this month is something that's really dear to my heart. It is something that I've personally worked on a lot in having kids and managing stress and just having so many things going on. No surprise to you guys that I've always seemed to have a lot of balls in the air. I know that that's by my choice. But calm in the moment really resonates with me because it is learning how to manage our mindset, our nervous system in the midst of chaos, which we can probably always agree that there is some level of chaos going on in our lives. You're commuting to jobs, you're managing your home, you're growing a career, you're taking care of young ones or parents or both. And there's just a lot of things. Some people are managing multiple businesses and have so many things going on. And so this month, we're going to be talking about calm in the moment. I have a calm in the moment guide that will be available to you later this week. This week, we're going to talk about why we react before we think. But we're also through the month going to talk about ways to manage it, how you build that calm, letting your body, kind of why your body needs calm before your mind does. And so I think this topic will resonate with a lot of us because I think it's hard to manage in the moment a lot of times. Somebody says something that upsets you. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Maybe your spouse, your child, or coworker pushes buttons that gets you going. And before you realize it, you're reacting. You're going down a tunnel. You're not able to manage or feel that you can manage those emotions. And so today, the conversation is going to really help you understand why this happens and how you can create more calm in these moments. And so one of the biggest misconceptions is that there are calm people that are not triggered. And then there are people that live in the chaos that can't manage their emotions. And that's not true. We all experience stress. We all have emotional reactions. The difference is not whether your nervous system reacts. The difference is how you recognize what's happening before you react and the reaction takes over. So not many of us are not taught how do we manage stress? How do we manage how our brain and our body act in those moments? How do we prepare for those things? I think a lot of times we just assume we're broken, it's wrong, and that there's nothing we can do about it. But your brain is doing what it's exactly designed to do, and it believes it's protecting us. That's what it's trained to do. So when something feels stressful, something feels disappointing, frustrating, or uncertain, our nervous system starts to move really quickly. And it moves quicker than our logical thinking does. And like I said, its job is to keep us safe, not necessarily calm. So you might need to hear this, that it's defending you. It's trying to help you withdraw. You're trying to please everyone. You're maybe angry about a situation. You're angry about another situation, but it comes out in this. You're panicked. Maybe you shut down. And none of these are wrong or weak. They're just our body's way of how to manage things under a threat. And not the situations might not seem dangerous to us, but that is not what our mind and our body understands. It's our brain and our body trying to protect us. So, like I said, once that reaction starts, our thoughts move too quickly. Sometimes our body takes over. You might replay those conversations. You assume the worst. You prepare for problems that haven't happened. Maybe you're reacting before you have time to really think about it. But then after you feel guilty, maybe you're embarrassed, frustrated, and that cycle continues. But it's not a character flaw. It's a stress response. And we all have done it and we all go through it. So here's what I want you to remember. Calm isn't about never reacting, right? I don't want you to not feel. I want you to feel for sure. It's really about learning to pause before your reaction gets out of hand, before you respond. The pause only has to last a couple seconds, but the calm helps you actually change what happens next. So you slow things down for yourself. You can't always control it, but you can learn to choose your next response if you slow things down. And that's really the magic of this, and that's where the calm begins. So instead of asking yourself, how do I stop reacting? I want you to try asking yourself, how do I create enough space to respond differently? Because calm isn't about perfection, it's about practice. It's about noticing, it's about slowing down, and it's about recognizing when your nervous system needs this support instead of pushing forward. Because every time you pause, you strengthen your ability to do so, and you're building confidence in yourself. So what it might look like is taking a deep breath before answering, walking away for a minute or two, drinking a glass of water. And so you can say, I need a minute, or notice the tension in your shoulders. Are you feeling hot or warm? Is your blood, like, are you feeling like your blood pressure has maybe accelerated? I notice a quickness in my breath and my chest at times. And you might not need complicated tools. That's really not needed. But your nervous system needs a way to say that, I am safe. I can slow down. I'm okay. And sometimes, if it's possible, I will put my hand on my chest and tell myself, I am safe. I am okay. And these don't have to be heated moments in conversation. They can be reactions to things. They can be worry in your brain. I know we've talked to some people have worry. Like, how are you managing that worry? And so the more often that you pause in small pauses, it becomes more natural. So in big times, it's much easier for you to slow down and manage that emotion through that. So this week, I just want you to start to notice what happens when your body, when you feel a reaction, when you feel a frustration, when you feel an emotion. Where are you feeling that emotion? Can you take a moment to pause and just to observe yourself? Become curious in what's going on. And then ask yourself, what happened? What did I do first? What was my first inclination? What did my body do? What did my brain do? Did I tense up? Did my breathing change? Did I get warm or hot? Did my heart start to race? Did I immediately feel like I needed to make a decision to defend myself? Just start to notice. And this allows us to talk in the coming weeks, because awareness isn't weakness. It's a step towards how we regulate that emotion and how that pause helps you to respond, because really in this instance, we're building a new skill, and I want to help you do that again. So remember, calm isn't about never feeling stressed. It's not about perfection. It's about learning how to return to yourself and trust yourself that you can handle the situations. So this week, I just want you to be aware of what your nervous system is doing and lean into yourself. And we'll talk a little bit more in the coming weeks about how we manage this, and I'll give you some tools to do so. Have a good week.